have it. So OGS MC versus FXO Inori on Crevasse. There it is. My suspense is building.
That's right. So is mine. And here we go at the bottom of the map in the red with the ID Obsidian from the team FXO in Korea. He is FXO Inori. Sounds like he gained some fans last game with that cool Stargate play.
Yes, indeed. His opponent here in the top left-hand corner up 1-0 in this set and one game from advancing from Team OGS. That is MC.
Yeah, you know, I gotta say, MC has just played fantastically this week so far. He has played better than I have seen him play in a long time at the GSL.
And you know what? This is actually a really interesting map choice out of Obsidian, out of Inori, because he decides to specifically pick Crevasse. Of course, Crevasse has the little ramp at the front that's pretty easy to defend at the beginning of the game, and then you have the back expansion. And as he showed a tendency towards a nice high-tech, longer expand style PvP in the last game, I think that's exactly what we're going to see.
Yeah, certainly could. I mean, both of these guys seem ready and willing to try those fast expand builds.
Yeah. And we'll see if MC takes advantage of that as well, if he wants to all-out pressure his opponent. Gateways, let's see, that actually came down on 12 for MC, as he is just a touch behind on his pro production, but basically the same build so far.
Yeah, yep. MC's Chrono Boost coming a little bit later. It's that time in the game again. Look at Gateway. Gas.
Oh, PvP,
His
you so exciting in the beginning.
His probe is 3 milliseconds faster than his probe.
That's true. Wow. Their timings are so different. Anyway, really it's going to come down to how quick we see second gas. If we completely bypass first gas, you can assume offensive 4 gates. If you see, you know, gas on 19, 20, something like that, we're going to see some pretty decent tech.
MC is actually starting to save some Chrono Boost here too. What does he have planned? I wonder, because it actually, you know, the Chrono Boosts are so vitally important. If you miss your first 2 Chrono Boosts by even like literally a second or 2, it screws up your entire opening. So it actually is very important. You know, it looks like, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw him save up some pretty quick warp gate tech. That's usually the reason to do that.
Yeah, and as we already see gateway number 2 coming down, go ahead.
Stalker Rush.
There you are. 3 Stalker Rush.
Pretty quick Stalker Rush.
Yep.
Good on a map like this. It's nice and large.
Could go into 4 gate after that as well. Certainly has options depending on what he sees and how much damage he actually does.
Absolutely. And you know, Inori hasn't really put up much of anything yet as well. Still on 1 gas. Both of these guys, in fact, still on 1 gas. Inori is chrono boosting that warp gate research, and MC did use a chrono boost on his as well, but he's still saving some for those second and third stalkers after the first one comes out and the second gateway finishes.
Exactly. And Inori does have gateways number 2 and 3 down, so no super quick transition over to Stargate, and he's still sitting on 1 gas man and pumping a lot of units.
It's interesting. It's kind of funny to watch a Zealot chase a probe. It's sad. He's like, I wish I'd charge.
You know what? MC has actually used all of his Chrono Boost on Warpgate technology so far.
Really?
It's not been expended on the gateways as far as I've seen, so he is just going to try and get out ultra quick Warp Gate. Let's see, there's gateway number 3.
You can do it, you can certainly do it that way too. If you don't
gateway number 4.
And that is exactly why you'd want to use it on the Warp Gates instead of the Stalkers if you're going to go for a 4 gate.
And let's see if Inori is going to be able to pick up on this. Already retreating with the Stalker and the Zealot. 3 gates are all that is up for him. He has enough money for a 4th, but it looks like he's just going to try and put up a few units, possibly save up the minerals and try and expand.
The second gas, not gates, I don't know what that is. The second gas is a little bit later here. So.
But MC is going to have Warpgate technology done in just a second. Those 3rd and 4th gateways are going to finish up as well. He already has a probe forward to put down a nice pylon that's going to be able to warp units on the high ground, but still be protected behind the destructible rocks.
There's that expand from Inori as well. So both games here doing a pretty fast expansion, and you know what? That's going to make it pretty tough to defend a 4 gate.
Yeah, usually is. We do have a couple more Stalkers being thrown into the mix. There's Warp Gates number 3 and 4. That pylon just finishing up.
Yep, MC warping some units into his main initially just to make sure he was safe. And here we go. Inori sees 3 Stalkers, decides to stay outside of his base.
Yeah, and he's not canceling that expansion quite yet, but we do see a Robo coming up.
And now he's pulling back up his ramp. Yeah, he wants to stay safe. MC with this warp in, though. I think is going to make a move for it. Might wait for one more wave. No, looks like he's going for it. Here we go.
Yep, the Zealots are going to have to lead. He'll probably stop and wait for the Stalkers. Now, it looks like he's going to start going through the Destructible Rocks right away until he baits Inori into a little bit worse position. But Inori's not going to be able to overextend himself and engage these Stalkers, so these rocks are going to go down.
Yeah, and that's a good idea to do, too, as well, because it makes the sentries have to use that much more energy, run out that much faster to throw down those force fields.
And the Destructible Rocks are just about to fall. There are 3 sentries up. They block the ramp, but a few Zealots do manage to make their way up. They're just going to run back to the force fields and allow those Stalkers to do as much damage as they can. However, a couple of MC Zealots are going to fall.
The Zealots of MC getting a little bit baited ahead. That was a nice move by Inori, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save him here.
Oh my god, MC is doing quite a bit of damage. First pylon at the front goes down. We do have one Immortal out, but it's only been shooting Zealots so far, so not having its max effectiveness. Now finally exposing itself, and that's going to allow the Stalkers from MC to target it down.
Oh wow, look at that defense by Inori.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was really good.
Those first 2 force fields were so good. I mean, looks like he's gonna have to keep going though. Is he gonna be able to keep this defense up? Nice force field again, funneling the Stalkers through a little bit. The Immortal helping out on those Zealots. But yeah, those first 2 force fields on the right side of the ramp, he looked and saw exactly where the Zealots and the Stalkers were, made it so the Zealots could run in and get separated. This guy is so good.
I will say, though, MC has done an excellent job of protecting his Stalker count thus far. Looks like he's just going to try and run in and snipe the Immortal. The Immortal's down to so low health, it is going to stay
Second Immortal is out, though.
Oh, the first one goes down, but there are so many Stalkers being destroyed that MC has to run away.
Yeah, we're going to see some more Zealots warped in here by Inori, who needs to shore up that initial sort of beefy backbone that the Zealots provide to that. There's another one coming in right now. MC is in a bit of dire straits right now. He is all in. He needs to make this work.
Yeah, he really does. This Immortal is doing quite a bit of damage still. Wow, I mean, even when MC runs up with just a couple of Zealots, he knows it. He has to GG. So Inori has tied it up. Wow.
Holding off OGS MC's 4-gate. Now that is something to write home to mom about, man.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
You love whenever you're about to launch into a big discussion or explanation of something and the player GGs and you're just like, well, scratch that.
That's okay.
Gotta go.
It's always another game, right?
Yep.
Normally. So these guys are all tied up.
Yeah.